Why don't we stand as we sing this great song, I am free, I am unlimited. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now. We should sing that again and be more. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. And you may all be seated. We just sang that just like we wanted everybody to believe that. But what if we aren't feeling so free and unlimited? Maybe we do have a lot of things that are binding us back from that freedom. Maybe we're upset by the election. Maybe we're upset by half the country hating the other half, it seems. Well, that's what the television says. Maybe we're upset by all the people killing each other in the world. Maybe we're upset by just the negative stuff we see going on as we're walking through Safeway. Today's a perfect day, I think, for us to maybe unload some of that limitation. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about energy right now. I think that's all that there is in this universe is energy. And how much of it is negative and how do we respond to that? About 2 weeks before Christmas, I was at Safeway, and there is a lady there, I don't know where she's from. She has a Middle Eastern accent. I don't know, maybe Susan might know who that might be, but anyway, she's always very pleasant. And I was in line, I was like the second person in line, I had my basket full of stuff. And there's a lady there who was checking out and said something, and she said, I don't know why this place hires stupid people like you. When are you going to learn to speak English?
Oh, gee.
We think sometimes the energy you project just goes to you. I'm talking to you, Dick, and my energy is just going to go to you. No, it touches everybody in this room. It affects all the energies in this room. And everybody, even in the next line over, this lady was screaming at this poor young gal. And everybody in the line, the lady bagging groceries, everybody was appalled. And my first reaction was, I just wanted to go slap her. And I thought, well, how is that going to fix anything? I can't fix this world, but I can add some nice instead of responding the same way that the woman did, out of just nasty. So when I got up to the checkout, everyone in the lines was still under the influence of this negative energy, what that woman had said. And I wasn't going to bring it up. There was enough of that energy. It was just laying there like somebody passing gas in an elevator. You know, it was there. And so I said, hey, what a great Christmas sweater. That is really cool. It's got the reindeers and a little fun stuff on it. You're always so happy. Every time I come to this line,
you're always smiling. It's a pleasure to come through this line because you go out of your way to make people smile and feel good. And people heard that. And I started hearing people say, Merry Christmas. And the next line, Merry Christmas, thanks. We have the ability to change energy. We have the ability to elevate consciousness. When we respond in like to nasty energy, we're right there. And it goes out to every plants. When you're arguing in your house, the plants feel it. The pets feel it. The other people in the house, whether that's the argument or not, they feel it. It changes the consciousness, it changes the energy. So today, I want us to start thinking right now. We're going to do burning bowl. And I'm going to talk a lot more about this as we go on, but start thinking about what are those things that cause us to respond to negative with negative. How can we change the way our habits of responding nice instead of more nasty? We can do it. And it takes some practice. It takes looking for ways to put smiles on faces, looking for ways to be complimentary. Kelly, as long as I've known that woman, I walk and she has something complimentary to say to me every single time I see her. And she could give classes on learning how to be complimentary, learning how to be, seriously, we can work at it with each other. You know, I was in the National Speakers Association, second elevator talk, you know, and you practice with each other. We can practice these new things we want to bring in our life. These responses that are just laying there waiting to pop out. We can change them from being nasty to nice. We can change them to actually a level of energy and consciousness in the room. It takes practice, like everything else. Michael didn't start off playing piano with his eyes closed for hours, tune after tune. It took a lot of practice. A lot. But anything that is worth doing, and I think elevating the energy in the room, elevating the consciousness in our families, in our communities, I think that's worth the effort. And I'm going to go to every class because I need just as much as anybody in this room. Because I came that close to slapping that lady, right, verbally slapping her. And we all do. Every one of us. But we can do better. And quite frankly, this old world needs our very best. It really does. And we're all sitting here, probably ate too much this week, ain't starving. The heater in the cars worked when we got here. There's coffee and cookies and food next door. The heat's on, the lights are on, we have music. Not too tough, folks. And for that grace that we just walk around in, I think maybe it might be our responsibility to add to that grace, to add to that elevated consciousness, rather than allow ourselves to be bound and held back by old habits that really don't do anybody any good. And they keep us a victim of our own undoing. They do. And today we can write down some of those things, and burn them up, and then work with each other to make sure they stay gone. And practice with each other on learning how to be complimentary, more complimentary. Learning how to look for how can I can't fix the damage done, but I can make a nice starting now. I can create a new energy in this room right now. That is a positive energy, that is a joyful energy. So we are going to have a mini message today. I'd run on and on and on. You're probably ready for a break, so ponder that as we go forward. And now I'm just going to go right into welcome everybody, and I've got some announcements. Is Thursday group going to meet Thursday, the day after New Year's, 9:45 in the hall, the ladies' spiritual book study group? The Monday night meeting is going to be on sabbatical, probably till March or something. We'll let you know. I've got some sad news. Our refrigerator, the last one we had, passed away about 18 years ago. And I drove in the parking lot one day and I see this white refrigerator sitting by the dumpster. I said, what jerk would just take the refrigerator and dump it off in our parking lot? And I walked in the hall and there was a black refrigerator. The one yesterday was white. That's the one sitting outside. So I like to think I know everything that goes on here. So I started asking, where'd the black refrigerator come from? I found out Friday morning, this Friday, 18 years later. Johnny Walker, our janitor, came in, the refrigerator was off, he plugged it in, went right and didn't come on. He pulled it out. He happened to have that black refrigerator in his garage. He brought it in. Now I asked him if he knew anything about the refrigerator. Nope, I don't know nothing. And that has bothered me, really bothered me for 18 years. Well, it's not going to bother me anymore. I found out Friday that he was the one, and I think the breaker's been tripping, and I think our little refrigerator, after 18 years, and it was well used when he showed it, is finally having a passing. So if anybody knows, I'm going to put an amp probe on it and check it for sure, but I think it's probably the refrigerator that keeps throwing the breaker. So if anybody knows of a refrigerator sitting around for not much money, we could use one. And I'm sure one will turn up, and just it always has. I didn't tell Johnny Friday that this one, I'll tell him again, maybe he's got another one. You never know. What else? There's another announcement that I'm going to talk about in the talk. Anybody have anything they need to share or would like to share? Bonnie.
This is my last day for making coffee. So
Bonnie has made coffee every Sunday for 30 years.
yeah.
And she finally sick and tired of it. She's not going to do it no more. Bonnie, thank you for decades of service. We appreciate it. There was something else that I don't remember, and it must not be that important. If I do, I'll let you know. Now, how many of us know somebody that can maybe use a little light, a little prayer, a little energy? If you know somebody, let's just say their name out loud, sharp and clear so we can hear it. I'm going to start it with Ron Phillips. I'm going to follow it up by Ron's friend, Ray. Anyone else?
Amy, Sherry,
Julie,
Julie,
Helen, David,
Catherine Ann.
Bob and Elaine. Stephen Honor.
Isn't it, I don't know the word to use, ironic or strange how all of us know people, probably more than one, that really are having some really dark times. And not only can we send them our energy and our prayers and our thoughts and our peace, we can send them our love and our understanding and our acceptance. It's a very complex formula dealing with darkness in our individual lives. And I don't think there's a person in this room smart enough to know that complex formula. But if we send our divine love, our divine energy, the light of God, if we send that, that formula is known, it's common. And just the right things will show up. So let's take a few minutes and send our love and our divinity to those who can use it. To the highest good, and so it is. Amen. All right, it's time to stand up and sing again. Let's sing about this family we have here, a family of love, number 210 in the Wings of Song.
We work together, that's the way we work together as we pray. We're family, we're family, we're family of love. We play together, that's the way we play together as we say we're family, we're family, we're family of love. We work together, get it done, it's lots of fun that way. We work together, get it done, and while we work we love to say we live together, that's the way. Live together as we say we're family, we're family, we're family of love. Our family is a big tall world of 10 or 6 or 3. Our family is a larger world with millions just like you and me. We live together, that's the way. Live together as we say we're family, we're family, we're family of love.
And now we have the privilege of greeting our fellow family members in the traditional Church of the Oaks fashion.
That was tricky. I changed key on there, so I gotta do all this math while I'm playing. And just give it, well,
No, I was pulling for you, buddy.
you know, if I don't pay attention, that kind of thing happens.
I don't know, you got the tie, but she's got the shirt. And you got the sweaters.
Yeah, my wife made this mohair my note written.
Music man.
It's the last picture. Come here.
We can have a good conversation about joining or not. And then you gotta hope we do something.
We'll end up in
You're just really jolly this morning, Dan. Having a good time. Glad you're sharing that with all of us. How about a deep breath in while we savor what we just did. That energy, that caring, that acceptance, that family. I don't think it can get better than this. I just don't. Doesn't need to get better than this. Let's read together our affirmation of abundance, Mary. When we truly begin to want more for others than we want for ourselves, we will begin to notice amazing changes in our own lives. May we ponder that wisdom, Sylvia. As we prepare for our meditation this morning, let's sing together, Be Still and Know That I Am God, number 69 in the wings.
Holidays are filled with lights. We see them on Christmas trees, menorahs. Definitely, some houses are very decorated with lights, and stores also. For this meditation, I ask you to slow your breathing, close your eyes, and soften your shoulders. Now focus on the divine light within you. In your mind's eye, see your inner light grow with each breath, eventually illuminating every cell of your body. You become a multifaceted orb of light that fills you, calms you, pushes out worries, protects you, while also shining outward to others. This is a gift you give yourself. This is a gift you give to others. So let's begin. With each slow breath, see that inner light spreading from your core to your limbs and outward. So quietly breathe. As we close this meditation, just know that this divine light is always there inside you.
I seem to recall something that I neglected to pass on a little while ago. I got a text from Sabrina at 8:30 this morning. And she said a couple days ago, she's down in Texas with her son and their daughter and their families and stuff. She said a couple days ago they had tornado warnings in one town where her daughter lives. And a few miles away in the town where her son lives, the tornado had actually touched down, but they were all unscathed and everything is fine and they're having a good time. And she said, please, during the burning bowl, don't burn her church down. Just to be very careful. So, anyway, we've got a brand new year coming. And as I've passed on to a few of the last 4 or 5 months, I have felt kind of in a rut. I just kind of couldn't think of any new way to address things, and that changed a little while ago. About a week and a half ago, I got this pneumonia thing that I get. Most of you know that just happened. So I had some very high fevers, and I was watching YouTube, and you know when you watch YouTube and you fall asleep and you wake up 2 hours later, it's rolled over. It's something. I saw some videos I had never seen before. And there was one guy, and I'm going to talk about what I saw and what happened over the month of January a lot, but I watched a 3-hour and 20-minute interview with that person, then I watched a 2-hour and 45-minute interview with that person, then I watched a 3-hour interview with another person who was on one of the other, and I had a temperature, a fever of maybe 102, and I woke up. Something inside of me woke up and got excited, and I started writing stuff down, and I've got my talks for the next month. I just woke up. And a couple things that I want to work on personally, and the board can tell me to change, you can tell me to change, you can offer suggestions, but I want to work on 2 things that are really, really important. It's listed right here on the order of service. What are these 2 things? The we consciousness, you've heard me talking about that for 20 years, and to enlarge and enhance our trust in spirit. This we consciousness thing, I don't think that there has ever been a time we need that more than we do right now. The cost of the development of technology has been the separation of individuals from each other. I think that is the cost that we have paid that. And our consciousness is so individual and can become so negative and so hateful and so fearful in a heartbeat. If there's anything we need as a community, as a state, as a country, as a part of the societies of this planet, is a we consciousness. That's where wisdom comes from. That's when divine intelligence just kind of spews forth and takes care of all of us, the entirety of people, even the ones who make us angry, even the ones who vote differently than we do, believe differently than we do, have different cultures than we do, when they are included in our family. When we accept them for however they are. We don't know what's happened to them in their lives. We have no clue. They didn't just wake up one morning and decide to be grumpy and nasty. Something made that happen. And I think to maintain this we consciousness, it's our responsibility to have empathy, at the very least, and compassion and acceptance. They must have had some really bad stuff going on. Maybe it's a wonder they're still alive and still able to say Merry Christmas even though they're a little grumpy while they're doing it. You're probably going to get very tired of hearing we consciousness, but I'm going to go over it and over it and over it and over it until all of us can look at each other and say, I'm starting to get it. I'm feeling more like we than me. I think we need to work at it. I really, really do. I do. And the other thing I want to focus on this year is our trust in Spirit. All of us. I trust in Spirit. I trust God. And I think we'd like to. I think when it gets down to it, we take our old-timey beliefs and our egos and our hurt feelings, and that's where we put our trust and dependency. And I think this year I'm going to really, really try, endeavor to encourage each one of us to walk out of our comfort zones into this land of we, where we become one with the jerks in both parties in politics, the homeless folks, the people who have done some horrible things due to their dependency upon their addictions. People who really have so much guilt in the way they've led their lives and the damage they've done to their families and their friends and their community. We means every one of us. And if we can grow, if we can take steps that are pretty scary, I think we will be inclined to trust Spirit a little more. I've gone on and on at the board about trusting in Spirit and staying focused on elevating consciousness, and the necessities required to continue to be in business will take care of themselves. And I'm going to name some things that I've noticed over time. Our front porch was caving in, falling totally rotten. People were stepping through it. How are we going to do this? Somebody came up with a gift. We had a bid of $15,000 to have the porch put on. We didn't have $15,000. But we got the job done for $4,000. And we had $4,000 from the gift. We've been talking for 24 years about a new floor. How are we ever going to get this done? It just happened in exactly the right time, in exactly the right way, and exactly within our budget that we didn't really have a budget for, but it happened. We have, I know the other thing I wanted to talk about. We were given the bingo machine from the city of McCarty. I was supposed to bring it over a week and a half ago, and come to find out we can't get to it till the 11th. So I'm going to ask that the bingo committee, whoever that may be, let's put off the January bingo until February. That machine was working 6 years ago when I rolled it in that room. Let's see if it's still working. Maybe order some spare bulbs and spare springs and stuff and do a run through, make sure we got it down before we actually try to have a bingo night. But that bingo machine will accomplish something we've been trying for a long time, to have fun nights of fellowship that are very affordable, doesn't break anybody's bank, that everybody can participate in. And I'd like to see it happen every Friday night. I just think that'd be great. Won't start that way, but it could be that way. And people have come up with ideas where we could have fundraisers for people, different nonprofits. This Friday will be for the Humane Society, and different organizations can use a little boost. And let us have fun and do some good stuff too. And then I want to talk about a gift. It's in that blue bag. It's a little note that I received 2 weeks ago. My New Year's gift to the church, this is from a man that has a construction company.